Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go from SoFi Stadium. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyren Williams. He'll get about 2. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up second
From
and 8.
29. Here is second and 8. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick fourth down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
They are going for it. Stafford. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Let's go, let's go.
Throwing to begin is Richardson. That's going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They go play action with Stafford. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One play, 1 first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He'll try the right side with Williams. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass.
He is hit before he can get rid of this, and down he goes. Big Grover Stewart getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case it results in a sack.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, and they'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corral them, take them down short of the sticks.
That's going to be caught, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down. On 1st and 10, Here's Richardson. That's caught by the first-round pick, Tyler Warren. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Big Bernard Ryman couldn't hide there. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. They'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Nate Landman.
40-yard line. Brings up second down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Hey, here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Trap 50. Trap 60. 19 Wyatt.
From the gun, Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce.
Richardson.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
That one complete to Pierce. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Indianapolis.
A gain of 11 on the play.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And a nice job able to dance away and get forward for a pickup for halftime.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
From the 34, here's second and 4.
Ready.
They go right back to Taylor. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
A loss of 9 yards.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? We're back in Southern California in a moment.
Dragon 60. Go.
A second down throw for Richardson. That one intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
It's a big play with Stafford and Nakua. 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Play action now for Stafford. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Rams. It's his third touchdown catch this year. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Ashton Dulin now to return it. He'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. He found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by. Like we used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that 1st down by about a yard.
Anthony Richardson. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Anthony Richardson, touchdown Colts. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. Everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have to play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. We'll go ahead and just see the touchback here. His ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35.
Hey, give me a D.
Off play action. It's Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield. Complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
At the 41-yard line.
Set. 260.
They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. On play action, it's Stafford. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Didn't want to. The receiver couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down.
Set. Moving ahead.
Throwing again is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. This one complete to Atwell. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
No. Ready. Hot 70. 19. Go.
On first down, it's Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jerry Hurst getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
60 Maverick.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Raider down for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Colts will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. Well short of the first down mark.
It's fourth down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. They're going to go. It's Stafford. A minute 56 to play in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. Space to run inside the 20. And he'll take this one in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. It's his third touchdown on the year. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
A first down throw for Stafford. And he's going to go down. It's a sack, but penalty markers on the field. Let's see what the call is. On first down, it's Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Now it's Stafford. This one intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's 2nd and 9.
180.
To throw is Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Cora. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Stafford now. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Loss on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down. What a hit. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line.
Ready.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee, take this on into the locker room.
Here we go.
2nd and 11.
70 Timberwolves.
They will take a knee here. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Doolin. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Richardson moving outside the pocket. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it'll lead to a second down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Third down and 9.
Come on.
On third down, here's a run by Taylor.
Number 28, Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. That is 3 plays and
So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Xavier Smith, deep to return. Now, issues here with the snap, but he just does get away. Doesn't get all of it either. Play action, Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he's into the end zone. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, LA. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2.
the Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is hot. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. On the return, it's Doolin. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
A lot of what goes into being a great kick returner comes down to vision. And you're going to see here, he finds the cutback lane, and as he accelerates down the left side of the field, he wasn't far from taking it all the way down the sideline and into the end zone.
This throw right side, bulldozer, and they'll take this down inside the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. They'll run a draw now with Taylor. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Gary Hurst there to make the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and
Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Ready.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
Prater's kick is good. And the Colts will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Throw on the run is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he will score. 2-2 at round. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed it. I mean, this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
The extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Rams are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Colts 31, Rams 21.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. On the return, it's Doolin. Past midfield. Look at him go. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back to the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Rams 21. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard
line. On the play fake, here's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play.
Try
Brings up
again.
It's
Second and 10.
at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
First and 10.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Tackle made by Nate Landman.
Brings up second and
From the
9.
20, here's second down and 9.
Go! Gravity line.
On the give, this is Taylor. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
The ball carrier. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 6.
Terry.
Fourth quarter commences. It's a run by Taylor. But he goes nowhere. Ball doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down. Spencer Schrader comes on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Schrader's kick is good. And the Colts will add to their leads here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, you have things under control. Not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line.
Set. Moving hot.
Stafford now to throw on 1st down. That's to the right side and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Open man, downfield, it is Adams. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. And even 50 yards.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Off-balance throw. It's complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Again, it's Stafford. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
At the 5-yard
Just
line.
feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
That is caught, and he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane and now it's 3rd and goal.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him.
And he's in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
For the extra point.
Beavis good on the extra point. And the Rams are able to edge a bit closer.
28.
So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go.
Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that ball. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
Ready.
They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that ball. 1st down, Indianapolis.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Taken down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Go.
Give up the middle to Taylor. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Hey. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
A run with Taylor. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead. Spencer Schrader comes on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Colts will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
We'll go ahead and just cede the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Back to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They have 2 timeouts, but not much time. Down 2 scores as we get to 1st and 10. Forced to his right. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. It's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
A throw on the move is caught. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. Here's first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Set.
Stafford to throw again. Going right back to Nakua. Complete. And will move this ball way down into the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for.
Pack the 60. Pack the 60.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win for the Colts. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.